Hey everybody, welcome. We've got a lot of new updates from 3.6 to 4.0, but in this one, I'm going to actually be looking at an old school add-on that is static under the hood with Blender. So we go into the edit preferences, go into add-ons, type in snow, and we've got this add-on. It's old, but it's actually very good and very useful. It does have one caveat. It produces a lot of geometry, so you have to kind of reduce that geometry, and it does come with a decimate once you plug it in. And once you've turned on real snow, you have a very simple add-on. You have two options. You can either apply this to the entire mesh, or you can apply it to selected faces. I'll do the selected faces first. So if I just grab this and jump back into object mode, bring my coverage down just a touch, the height can stay low. If you have a slower PC, this will take a long time, almost like baking. If I just go ahead and add that, you'll see I've got a decimate here, and you can kind of play around with that, because if I turn on statistics, you'll see right here around 10,000 triangles, and you could greatly reduce that. Some other ways to do this, but this is a pretty easy way, especially for a beginner to intermediates, to just kind of play around. A little bit better than unsubdividing, and then later you can have the subdivisions up, say just in the renders, I bring this down just a touch so it looks good still. And just realize what you're going to get though when you do this at 4. It's 144,000 triangles, etc. So you can bring that down just so you have good operational, good functionality in the viewport, not lagging out. All right, so I'll just delete that. And now unselect the faces. Now it's going to cover the entire mesh. So I'll have to go ahead and do 100. And I am using an NVIDIA 3060. So if I go to my system, you can see I've got the 3060 RTX, which is extremely fast. I heard the 3070 was like a real resource hog. It wasn't that great. Now the 3090, I guess it is, was the boss, right? 3090, something like that. Anyways, I haven't upgraded in about a year, but the 3060 works very nice. So if I select this and add snow, it's going to be a height like 10 centimeters or whatever you want to call it, and the coverage will be 100%. So just go ahead and add that snow, and you'll see it's going to attempt to all the top faces add said snow. And if I go over to cycles, it actually looks pretty decent. So I don't have a shader on there just yet, but I can use my Logics, do something like just the normals and the ambient, and I could bake this out real quick. It does live bakes. And I'm going to start doing some more tutorials on Logic's PBR Painter Pro, because it's extremely relevant add-on. All right, so now it's going to bake my ambient occlusion. It's going to bake my AO out, and it's a live bake map. Very cool. All right, so that's moving pretty quick. All right, cool. So I'm baked out. I'm going to throw a base layer preset on. Just go with aluminum. Maybe the plastic granny here. That's fine. Scene lights and scene world. Turn that on. Go to my LM Studio, and I can add a preset light, which I make these add-ons so it's nice and easy. I'm gonna go with this particular. I'll go with the area light. Bring that bad boy up. Bring it down to like 150 or something, just so we can get a look at the snow. Bring that down a touch more. Not that much. All right, very good. So I just kind of played around with the settings here in my add-on. If you don't have LM Studio, you can go pick that up on the Blender Market. I've always got a link in the description to my Blender Market page. You can go pick up this add-on. It's got tons and tons of stuff in it. It's got lots of presets. So you could just do studios. It's got IS lighting. It's got the different black body intensities preset. So you've got a bunch of different options in here. And so change the exposure a little bit. Yeah, that looks pretty nice. So it actually comes up with some nice reflections. It's got what looks like some caustics. It's very nice. So the texture it comes with is pretty darn cool. So just to give you guys a nice idea and a heads up, you don't have to go searching for a lot of things because there are plenty of options inside of Blender. And just to kind of throw another thing out there, if you don't have a hard surface modeling add-on, well, actually you do, and you have the Carver Tool, which you can actually do some setup work in here. You can set up your keys and kind of change some things around. You can set this profile with a prefix here. You can just Control-C, copy that, and then put that before any mesh object over here and use that as a cutter. So it's really cool. I've got a full tutorial on that. You can go check that one out as well. And if you were to it's a Control-Shift-X to pull that bad boy up, and you can cut very nice booleans into whatever you've got. I've actually got a multi-user on that, but if you just throw in a nice little cube, pull up one of your views, whatever you like, and with that object selected, Control-Shift-X, and you can begin to cut in some very nice booleans. They'll automatically apply, or they don't have to. You can kind of do this however you want. Hit the space bar and get a circle, and hit X, bring it up subdivisions, or hit W to bring it down. Kind of like start here and put in a circle. All this looks really nice, and you can begin to cut and do hard surface modeling very quickly. So anyways, hope that was helpful. We got a couple of tips here that you guys can get into. Don't forget, this is going to produce a lot of geo, but you can absolutely come back over here and kind of bring it down a little bit, and it may not look as good, but you do have unsubdivide options. You've got some other options in here. And before we go, I'll go ahead and do my plug here for my Blender Market. I donate a lot of this to the Blender Foundation, so anytime you buy something, it's going to go to Blender Foundation, the majority of it. And so I've got the cracks add-on. I've got the geometry nodes bevel, which actually creates a pretty decent bevel out of geometry nodes, because the bevel node is not here yet. So if you want a really cheap, affordable solution, it's quick, very, very quick, go grab that. I got the LM Studio, which you saw, and the Good Parenting add-on. It's just a parenting add-on. It's pretty basic. I've got a tutorial for beginners that's 51 cents, and that always goes to the Blender Foundation. Got a lot of sales on that. It's just going to take you through the interface and kind of like brush you up. I've got the I2M add-on, which could overall give you some decent landscaping ideas just for prototyping. Bevel Magic has been pretty hot. It's been a good one for me. And so between that, cracks, and the bevel node, that should provide you guys with a lot of solutions. There's tutorials for each one of these. So as you go in, you've got explainer videos and some different things you can go through and see. So there's just tons of information here to get you started. So thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys in the next one.